$5,600, 80 pounds, Aspen Trail, I don't know, 28, 29-foot bunkhouse. Model number says otherwise, but I don't believe it. Here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan, we've got a slide, we've got a direct entry bath door, couple bunks, it's very clean, it's carpetless. It was also park kept, is my understanding, so this thing has not been bounced and trounced down the road. And overall, I'd say whoever owned this, quality person who really took care of their stuff. Now, when we hop inside, even though this is not a lightweight trailer, folks who have been around this industry for a while, you might recognize this as a very classic lightweight living room setup. You've got a sofa galley slide, and that brings with it a couple benefits we'll talk about as we go. The first of which is the fact that it means that this floor plan is completely travel accessible. The slide is closed right now, and yet we can still walk our way through the entire RV. Frankly, you can get to literally everything with the slide closed. You don't need the slide out in this RV. The slide out just makes it much, much better. And even though it's not a really big, deep slide, like if you look, you can see the side of the slide wall right behind the stove there. It's only like a 1-foot slide, but it makes a difference. It's really impressive how much a slide opens things up. Now, it also helps that Aspen trails are built extra tall. This is a much taller series of travel trailer than a conventional entry-level type camper, which is definitely the classification that you find this, but it means that we've got more headroom in the bunks, we've got the opportunity for more storage space. We also have more headroom in the shower, which is something that I like about it. One of the cool things about this type of slide out, this is an above floor slide. Like, you might notice how the sofa doesn't actually go all the way down to the floor. Now, there's some fascia there to kind of dress it up and make it look that way, but the sofa actually floats above the floor, basically. That means that we don't need carpet. So that is one of the benefits of the classic design that we're looking at here, is that it is carpetless. There is also a deceptive amount of countertop space here, and one of the easiest ways you can see that is if you look at how much room is behind these fixtures, like the oven, you can see that there's plenty of room back here for a toaster, for a blender, for whatever, and that outlet is perfectly positioned to be able to take advantage of that. Good drawer space below, something some entry-level campers seem to lack, is opportunity for good drawer space. And once again, we do have easy access to things like that refrigerator in transit. As we pivot around here, one of the other cool parts of this floor plan that a lot of people have really, expressed, I wish there was more of in the RV industry, basically, is this large campside window. And that window is sitting directly across from the sofa breeze window as well. So this thing gets some excellent breeze through airflow. Your dinette can fold down into a big adult-sized guest sleeper if need be. Although, between the bunk space in the back, I don't know how much more sleeping this thing needs, but it's cool that it can. It also gives you a big space where you can sit the whole family down to have a meal. In the middle here, it has either massive pantry space or closet space or linen space or whatever, but it's something that some bunkhouses tend to lack, is a good chunk of storage space. And remember, because the RV is extra tall, that means we have extra large storage capacity. Over here in the corner, we've got our, simple bunks, but effective. It does what it needs to do. What I do like is how they used this open air ladder wall right here. The ladder itself is helping support the upper bed, but what it creates is a larger look and feel, so you don't necessarily feel like you're climbing into a coffin back here. And if you have to get up here to get the kids, it's a little easier. You don't feel quite so bulked in. Additionally, it makes the whole RV look and feel a bit bigger. Again, that taller ceiling means taller shower, which is one of the things I like about it. And one of the areas I recommend people really look at a used RV to see how well it was maintained is the bathroom. And this bathroom passes the test. The whole RV. This RV is very, very nicely kept. Previous owners were very gentle on this thing. They kept it clean. They used it. They didn't abuse it. Everything in here looks good. Like, there's not a whole bunch of dirt and debris and dead bugs up here and inside of this vent cover. Everything looks really, really nice. If I spin us around here, the fact that we have, it's simple. It's not an expensive, fancy one. It's an inexpensive plastic vanity, but it is a nice little medicine cabinet where we can keep some toothpaste and stuff, or maybe some medicine, depending on, you know, your personal needs. And the sink's not fancy, not flashy, but again, effective. And one other note, it kind of freaks some people out sometimes when you see a direct entry bathroom. Don't forget you have a deadbolt lock right there that you can reach right from the toilet. So it's not like someone's just going to open the door randomly and be like, hello, Jehovah's Witness, and you're going to be like, I'm using the bathroom, please leave me alone. It's just not going to happen. That being said, now I wonder, has the Jehovah's Witness people, have they ever just like walked through a campground and started knocking on doors? I'm afraid that I might have opened up a whole new can of worms with this video here. If that idea gets out, folks, your day might be ruined. Anyway, I have no problem with the Jehovah's Witness people, by the way. They're out there doing their thing. They're doing the best they can by people. I think that's all we could ask out of anybody, is just that we all try to look out for one another. It's not necessarily a bad thing to care about other people. So we've got a door side window over here. And again, this is something a lot of RVs have lost in the current modern age of deep super slide RVs. You don't get a lot of campside windows like this right here. Well, this lets you keep an eye on your kids. It lets you look at your campsite. Chances are you didn't go camping with the idea of looking at your sweaty neighbor. Well, now you don't have to. It took me a minute to figure the next thing out. Like this TV that's up here, it's on a swing out bracket. But I don't recall Aspen Trails ever having that feature. So for a second I went, well, maybe they added a TV aftermarket. And then I noticed, no, they didn't. This is the original Furrion factory entertainment system right here. You've got the original, you know, Furrion TV, Bluetooth, DVD stereo, all that stuff. But the TV swings out, and I realized just a few seconds later that they just simply swapped away from the fixed mount TV bracket that's only useful if you're standing here in the middle of the trailer, which is stupid when you're not going to do that, and they just simply added a swing out bracket. Wasn't really a complex case. I'm not going to call Columbo and tell him that his job's, you know, up and I'm taking over for it, but it's just something that I thought I'd share. Now, neat thing, we do have sliding pocket doors instead of curtains. A lot of entry-level campers will only have a curtain right there, so that is a nice feature right there. And I think this might be a brand new mattress from the Cougar fifth wheel that the folks purchased. When I walked in here, there was a sheet of plastic very carefully laid out over the top of this. But it slid right off. So I don't know if this is the original factory bed or if this is the one swapped in from the Cougar. If you give our team a call here at Haylett RV, we might be able to have some kind of clarification for that for you. You know, before you go making the trip over the river and through the woods to, you know, Haylett RV you go. And the outside looks just about as good as the inside. This is, again, a simple series of trailer, but it's got the things it needs where it needs it. You know, it's not over the top, it's just enough. It's a good little kind of casual family bunkhouse camper. It'd be great for a first timer, especially at a used price tag versus brand new, you know. Cool thing is, it's new enough, it might actually qualify for same as new finance. You've got yourself a wickedly large pass-through storage compartment here. Now, you're wondering, like, wow, how do they make that so big? The bed is mounted a little bit high. Now, it doesn't bother a big, tall person like me, and it doesn't make the bedroom look funky. I think because the whole RV interior height is taller. Remember that, how the whole thing's bigger inside? I mentioned that. So, you know, if you're shorter, like my wife, like my grandma, like my mom, you might kind of have to, you know, jump into bed a little bit, but it does mean we have that huge front cavity as well. Now, if you're not familiar with Aspen Trail, this is a Dutchem product. It is that makes it like a Keystone cousin. This is a cousin to the Keystone Springdale or Hideout series. The general method and materials that they use to build this is virtually identical. The difference will be your floor plans, your cosmetics, and the appointments that go into each brand. Now, you see that slide awning there? That was added after the fact. That's certainly not a factory standard feature here, and it helps just keep the stuff from getting on top of that. It also helps keep some heat from building up in those overhead cabinets in the slide. So kind of like you sit under the awning, you know, on your on the patio side of your RV, you'd want to sit under the awning over here to help shade. You know, I'm just gonna call this what I was trying to say there. I'm gonna call that whole thing a loss. but I'm gonna leave it in because I'm just a dude and I'm not perfect, and I think you can appreciate that. What I was saying. Basically, it'll help keep the slide out cooler. Bam! There, that's all it took. Jeez, oh Pete, what a day. There is no ladder, but it is a walkable roof. You've got a 3/8 OSB roof deck up top, 16-inch on-center roof and wall studs. You also have a 5/8 flooring on this thing, so you know it's pretty. If you look at it like that on paper, the general construction of this is not necessarily super different from anything else. It's a solid entry-level trailer, and again, it was well kept. I don't see anything that's super duper scary on it. I don't see anything that's over the top. It does just enough in all the right places. It's got all the right junk in all the right places. But one extra thing I did want to zero in on while I was over here was the wheel wells. They did take the time to actually put a galvanized steel wheel well in here, and that will help. God forbid, like this was not towed. This RV was park kept, but God forbid you are towing and have a flat tire. That could seriously save you from some, you know, it's already going to be bad enough if you have a flat, but that could save you from having to go through some really bad insurance adjustments and waiting for an adjuster to come out and then waiting to get it built and repaired and fixed up. That simple little galvanized steel thing right there might be a literal silver lining to an otherwise very, very bad, ugly cloud. So ladies and gentlemen, give us a call. Whether it's your first one or going to be your last one, doesn't matter. We do it all here at Haylett RV, so take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.